So that's a VCO mute mod. It's done by this switch. You turn the switch, you can't hear the oscillator anymore, but you can hear the resonance. When the resonance is at maximum, you can hear that, and then you play up out of it. This switch here is a FM mod that I've done for it. So it sounds like this. Let's put it. I'll put the switch, so I turn the oscillator normal on. The reason why this is changing with this is because I've done the audio input mod as well. So the sound is, well, I'm syncing it from the bass into the Pocket Operator 33, and from here the sound is going into this socket and going into the Volca. So hold on, let me just turn this back on, turn the oscillator off. Oh yeah, sorry, it's got to be plain to be able to hear the audio in. Or right, so play that. Whew, hurts the ears a little bit. Turn it down a little bit. Right, just press play. Let me turn it down a minute. When you turn off the oscillator with this switch, you get the resonance on maximum. Can you hear the oscillator now? The resonance on that. If you turn it down, you lose the sound completely of the oscillator. It's got to be on maximum for the VCO mute to work. So if we turn that off, all you can hear is a drum machine going through. So the filter affects the drum machine as well, the sampler. to bring in slightly together with the oscillator. That's the oscillator coming back in. So this is where the resonance, turn that down, you lose it. It's got to be practically maximum to get the sound. Turn it back onto normal. Turn it left off. Right, so that's it. Let me turn my amp off. I'll turn it down a minute. Stop this. Bucket operator. Right. Disconnect that, disconnect that. I'll show you what I've done quickly on the head. Disconnect that. disconnect power. Right, sorry, there's a bit of a mess around here. Right, so let me turn this off a minute. Right, oh yeah, I'm not using a power adapter. I've wired up straight to I've got a little DC converter at the back for 12 volts, which I run my 3 Volcas off of. It goes straight, I put the power straight onto the circuit board. Like this here. Whoop. I've got the power straight onto the circuit board there. I don't need to use 3 different adapters for it. Right, so right, so for the VCO, if you look here, I can't really see it, the wires in the way. VCO out. Right, this is what you need here. The black wires here are just to the ground. Those two are ground. So 2 wires from VCO out, 2 wires, that's ground there. I've got another thing here. Right, VCO out goes to a switch on the end leg, first leg or last leg. The middle leg of the switch comes back round and goes to ground. So when you flick the switch, you're just grounding the VCO out, which mutes the VCO out. You just get the resonance, you don't get the normal oscillator noise from there. So that's one of the mods I've done. The resonant knob, or the peak, is called the peak on here. You have the middle leg. This corresponds to the tip of the little jack here. Then you've got the ground that comes down here. That goes to the ground. That's audio in. So audio in is a middle soldering point of the peak knob to the, you go to the little a socket, the audio socket there. Then you go to ground. So that's a VCO mute mod, and that's the audio in mod. Okay, right. Here's where it gets a little bit complicated for the FM mod, but not too complicated. A guy done there's only one video on YouTube explaining how to do it, and I'm just trying to pull the socket out with one hand. One sec. There's one guy that done the thing on YouTube, but I didn't understand what he was trying to explain at all. It's really complicated. So after ages I finally understood it, so now I've done it, and I'll try to explain in a slightly better way if I can. Right, you need a 100k pot, okay? You need a 1k resistor and another 1k resistor, so 2 1k resistors, a 100k pot. Right, on the guy's video on YouTube, let me turn this round. What he done, I already obviously undone all the screws and that. This is the cut-off knob. This is the knob you need. What I've done is slightly different to the guy on YouTube. What I've done, you have 3 legs on a pot. The soldering point on the side, that's to hold it in, the other one's to hold it in. He took it out and done this, but I've just left it in place. What I've done the middle leg of the pot. I cut it away from the circuit board, so the middle leg is not connected to the circuit board. I then soldered 2 wires coming off of the middle leg, so nothing is connected to the circuit board from the middle leg. Now this is the middle spot of the circuit board. What I've done here is soldered 2 resistors on there. One resistor is going to the middle leg of the original pot that I just showed you. One wire goes to one resistor. The other wire goes to the middle leg of your 100k pot here. Okay? The second wire that comes from this middle leg goes up here, and it goes to the left leg of the pot. The right leg of the pot comes down here, and that's your VCO out. So you need one pot. Let me try and explain it so everyone understands. VCO out is on the right leg. The middle leg goes to a resistor that goes to the original middle soldering point on the cut-off knob. The middle leg of the cut-off knob has been cut, so it's not directly connected anymore. It's now connected via another 1K resistor. I hope I'm making this clear, because it's like quite complicated to explain. Right, I need a pen. Right. Pot. Draw the pot with 1, 2, 3 legs. This is the cut-off pot. Cut off. New. Okay. The cut-off pot on the circuit board has 2 legs coming off of it. And these are connected to the PCB. They're soldered in. I've cut the middle leg, so it's not connected to this. From this, you need 2 wires. From the soldering point, that's not connected anymore. I've cut this off. From the soldering point, you need a resistor that connects to the middle pot. That's 1K resistor. Then you need another, I don't know what the diagram is for a resistor, I'm sorry, but yeah. That's a 1K resistor, another one. You then, so from the circuit board, you solder 2 1K resistors. One connects to the middle pot. The other one, you connect a wire all the way along to the middle pot of the new pot. The middle leg of the new pot. This second wire from the third leg of the original pot goes to the left leg of the new pot. On the circuit board, you have VCO, voltage controlled oscillator, out, which is there, VCO out. You have a cable from here to the right hand leg of your new pot. Right, so why can't it focus? That's it. Right. Take a good look at that. I hope you can understand. So the cut-off pot that's on the circuit board. Let me turn this over. This one. Cut the middle leg so it's not connected to the circuit board anymore, and solder 2 wires to it. One wire you connect to resistor that goes to the original spot where the middle leg was soldered, but now it's not connected. So you have 2 resistors coming from this pot. One goes back onto the middle leg. The other one goes to the middle leg of the new pot. VCO out goes to the right. So this here, VCO out goes to the right leg. The left leg of the new pot goes back onto the board, onto the middle leg here. So, I really hope I've made it clear, because the video on YouTube, the one video, the tutorial, is really hard to understand. So I don't think I can make it any more clearer. If you know how to solder, it's really easy to do. It's like really easy. Okay? So that's it. Okay, see you next time. Cheers.